Okay, guys, let me know if you're out there and if you can hear and see me okay. I'm trying to make sure I'm everywhere I'm supposed to be right now. So hold on just a second. Let me. I didn't even get this scheduled until like 2 minutes
Okay, guys,
ago.
let me know if you're out there and if you can hear
Hold on.
and see me.
Didn't want to pause myself. I wanted to mute myself. Does anybody else out there hate to hear your own voice? Because, oh boy, I do not like my voice. Okay, if you're out there, please leave me a comment. Let me know you can hear and see me okay. Looks like I'm on my Facebook page okay, and it looks like I am on my YouTube page okay. Although, Facebook is kind of crazy. Okay. I don't have any comments on Facebook yet. Let me run back. Okay, Cindy is on, and Kathy and Barb are all on YouTube. Can you guys hear and see me okay? Oh, Kathy already answered me and said yes. And so did Barb, and so did Cindy. Great. Okay. We will go ahead and get started then, you guys. Let me just get everything pulled up again like I had it. So if you are new, my name is Bobby. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I go live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my weekly online class. And those of you that are here, and even if you watch the replay, let me know where you're watching from. Say hello. Let me know if it's the first time you're watching. Share the video with anybody that you think might enjoy this. Any of your paper crafting friends. That's how we find more friends to stamp with. And I would greatly appreciate it, you guys. Okay, let me see. I want to jump over where I can make sure I can see comments and see who all is on. Okay, so let's jump in and I'll go ahead and get started. Also, if you're new, I offer a newsletter, and when you sign up, you'll get a free PDF. And then every Sunday, I send out another free PDF. I'm part of it's called the Sweethearts Global Collective. And this month, I think for November, we had 14 people that participated. So I have 14 PDFs to share with you guys. So I would love to have you be a part of my newsletter. That's how you find out any of my retreats, sales, BOGOs, anything like that that's going on. I don't try to send out a lot of emails, but I have to send out promotional things that I'm doing, Stampin' Up! Stuff, that kind of thing. But I try to limit it because I know I don't like getting hit hard with a lot of stuff too. I will tell you guys, hey Bonnie, thumbs up and shared. Thank you so much. Yeah, please like the video. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure that you subscribe. And if you hit the bell icon, you'll get notified every time I upload a video. And then also on Facebook, if you'll follow me and give me a thumbs up over there too, I would greatly appreciate that. I have been working feverishly all day to get my monthly card class stuff done. I'm one card away from getting it done. I have 2 designs, and I haven't pulled the trigger on which 2 I'm going to go with for the 4th card. Hey, Janet. So I'll share 3 of the cards with you here in just a bit, but I don't have the 4th one done, just like I said, because I'm trying to figure out which one I want to make my card club. It is $43 a month, and that does include your shipping, and then you'll make 8 cards to each of 4 different designs, and I provide the envelopes for you and the insides for you to finish your cards. After 6 months, you get a $25 product bonus where you can just order whatever you want, and then you will receive about $20 every month in Stampin' Up! Products that you use. Hey, Kathy. To complete your projects, and then you always will have plenty left over. Normally it's like half a pack of 12 by 12 DSP, an embellishment, and a ribbon. Something like that. I just added up today's, and this month everybody is going to get about $22.75. So once in a while I go over, and usually it's on the normal that I go over. you can now try before you join. It's a one-time fee of $48 and test it out. See if it's something you think that you would like. Then if it is, you can subscribe and it would be $43 a month moving forward after that. You only have to subscribe one time, and then it is a reoccurring payment through PayPal where you'll be billed then the $43 every month, and then you can cancel it with anytime you wish. It's nothing that I can do. I mean, I can go in and help you cancel or subscribe, whatever you need me to help you with, but it's not like I have control of your card or anything like that. So you can subscribe, cancel whenever you want to. And then I think the best part is after you've been a member for 6 consecutive months, you get that free $25 product bonus. Okay, and then I forgot to mention last week about the join promotion, which it's ended, so everybody calm down. That graphic's not, I couldn't get it off here and I didn't have time to change it before I went live, but the opportunity is still there if anybody's interested. Now the normal join promotion is $99 is what you pay, and you choose $125 in product, and that is still a very good deal. Not as good as the last one, but it's still a very good deal. Okay, and then I'm going to switch over to my iPhone really quick if I can talk tonight. Words are seeming to be very hard for me. But for November, I am using the Ornamental Christmas again. I absolutely love this card. This came to me one night when I couldn't sleep and hadn't quite yet went to sleep, and I thought about this card, and if you can see, I embossed them all. I just love this card, how it turned out. So this is going to be one of the cards that we'll make in Card Club for November. This is another card here. And so it's one that opens like that. And then this is the third. And I need to figure out my fourth one, which one I'm going to make my fourth card for November. So if you have any questions about that, just reach out to me, let me know. And then we will jump right in and start crafting together. Let me try to get everything off of here, and I'll pull everything out, and then we'll go over everything. And I do have the free PDF on my blog. You can go there. Don't leave now. You can go afterwards and download the project sheet, and it will have for you the supply list I used and all the cutting measurements so that you can create these projects afterwards. And if you spend $50 in my online store, I will send you all of that already cut for you, ready to go. If you spend $50 before tax, shipping, and any rewards, that earns this week's free Make and Take packet. If you bump it up to $75, you will receive an embellishment form from me. And also, if you bump it up to $75, I will send you the full tutorial for the Sweethearts Global tutorial. So that's 14 projects. And this month's theme was Simple Christmas. And there is some very cute designs on there. Very simple Christmas projects. So this week I decided to use Festive Friends. And I am telling you, I am loving the stamp set after I started using it. I just want to keep making with it. And tomorrow on my YouTube channel, I will have a gift card holder using the stamp set. And then stay tuned for Thursday because I'll have another project for you on Thursday. But you get 8 super cute images and then all of these dies. I'm not sure how many dies. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the tag. So 11 maybe, 10 or 11. Okay, let me put that over here. And then I also used the Everyday Arches. I've had these for quite a while and really wanted to use them. And tonight I decided on this card it was the perfect one to use them. So I used in the arches, let me count them out. So it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th and 6th of the arches is what I used on this card. Okay, and then I'm also using the Opal Rounds assortment. Now, I've used pretty much all the DSP that we have. Let me tell you really quick before I finish my story. I'm using the Lost Lagoon Light and Dark Stampin' Blends, and then also my Light Timid Tiger. Got all the ugly nails off. Now the ugly nails are still my natural nails. I still need to do like some buffing and get all that crud off there. But I used the Traditions of Christmas DSP Did I use the, no, not on this card. I know, I laid it for the next one. I used, let me start being honest here, the Everyday Happiness 12 by 12 designer series paper. So where I was going with my story was that I have used almost all, I feel like we are short on Christmas DSP right now. I mean, if we have DSP for Christmas, you can't get it. It's sold out. So I had to do some quick thinking yesterday when designing my projects. And so I started opening. I've had this paper pack for a very long time. I started opening to see what I could use. And I'm telling you, this right here, that is snow. Beautiful snow to me. Just isn't that so cute? And then I thought this one, I don't think I ended up using this side for anything. But then this one, the plaid, I love plaid. Now getting back past that, you can't really, the florals I didn't think would really go, but there's another, this one is another good one. And then this side of this one I used, and I absolutely love that. So go through your paper packs, you guys, see what you have, and challenge yourself to come up with some card designs with using them. Okay, thanks Kathy for sharing. I really appreciate that. So this is kind of a fun fold card, and I did add the snowflake after I had already posted the picture. So the picture on the PDF is not going to be accurate. It's just going to have this without that. And then I put some of the embellishment, but I had cut my ribbon so short and I didn't want to cut more that I didn't want to open this any more than what I had to because I already had to open it another time. But this is the inside of the card, and that's where I used that other DSP and then stamped and then did my greeting. And as you can see, I put my dimensionals on the wrong side when I went to adhere it, and that's one of the reasons why I had to reopen it. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll get my supplies out and I'll tell you all of the measurements that you're going to need. And like I said, if you place an order with me, you don't have to worry about that. I will send you everything already. Let me kind of lay these out. So this is the arches I told you, the 5th and 6th size. And then I'll just go over this. I have the PDF minimized, and the PDF is ready now. I made it go live right before I went live. So my Lost Lagoon card base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored right in the middle at 4 1/4. Or no, I'm lying to you. This is wrong. This is scored at 2 1/8 by 6 3/8. Or you could just put it in one side, score it 2 1/8, switch it, score the other side 2 1/8. Whichever you want to do is fine. And then I have 2 pieces of Everyday Happiness DSP that are 2 by 5 3/8, and those are going to go on the front. And then I have another piece we're going to put on the inside, and this piece is 4 by 1/8 and 1 1/4. And then I have basic white that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and that's what we're going to put on the inside. And I'm not sure what that is. I really hope that doesn't mess anything up when I close out of it. Okay, so I'm going to close that PDF so you guys can go there and download it. You don't have to print it. If you just download it, you can pull it up on your computer, and that will take care of everything for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and burnish our score lines. And I know I have a bone folder over here. I was filming my videos today as well. This month, one of the reasons it's taking me so long to get my card club listed is because I'm trying to do the videos as I create the cards, so that way it makes it easier for me. I will probably write the PDFs later because that's kind of something I can do, and I don't really have too much of an issue when I'm doing that. So I'm going to flip it over like this. This is the easiest way for me to do it when I'm going to add these panels, and I can just watch the perimeter of my score lines. So let's go ahead and put one on this side. Okay, and then put one on the other side. And I've already got green glue on my finger. Okay, let's go with that. And I think I should have had, okay, I'm going to move that out of the way for right now. Grab my mat and We'll put this piece down towards the bottom. And you could use either side of this DSP to go on here. That would, either side's going to work just fine. We'll put that down, and let's see, what did I do? I stamped 2 snowflakes on the inside using Lost Lagoon ink. All of a sudden it's getting really hot in here, you guys, and I thought, okay, here they are. So we're going to take one of the snowflakes, and I'm just going to stamp it in this corner. And then down here, I'm just going to turn it and stamp it there. And then I'm going to grab the sentiment that says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And then just put it right in the middle. And you could stamp it higher if you wanted to leave yourself more room for writing your message. And then let's grab our arch. And I will tell you guys, I don't know what I was thinking when I did this, because I very easily could have stamped him and popped him up, but I did not, because I forgot that I had dies that went with this set. And then after I did that, hey, Patricia, I was like, okay, why did you do that for? I mean, I knew it had dies. I don't know what I was thinking when I designed this. I think I really, really, really wanted to use my arches. And so I was just so focused on that I didn't really pay attention to what I was doing. That's my story anyway, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, let me move this over here. I don't think any of these stamps I'm going to have to reuse, but we'll see. And then the Timid Tiger is what I used to do his little nose. And then you guys probably can't even tell, but on his hat, I did use the Wink of Stella. I'm not sure if I can get it close enough where you can kind of see it right there. So wherever the hat was white, that's where I decided to put the Wink of Stella. So I decided to start on the first, and I can't get my head right in there, you guys, so please forgive my bad coloring if it ends up being bad, because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing and not look at the top of my head. So I will do my best, and it's hard to do this while I'm talking at the same time. Okay, and then we'll do this right here in Lost Lagoon. Patricia, you will have to watch the replay, because I just showed 3 of the cards that I've designed for us to use in Card Club this month. And I'm trying to decide on 2 for the final 4, because I can't make up my mind which one I want to include, because I like them both so much. And this month is going to be a little extra bonus project that we're going to do, a 3D item. And I was going to throw in a little special gift this month, but I decided next month, December, we will just do it in December. Okay, let me grab my Wink of Stella. I like to shake it up a little bit. And I'm just going to put a little right there on the ball of his hat. And then, like I said, wherever there's white on his hat, we're just going to put it in there too, just to give it a little sparkle. And you can see the Wink of Stella in person a lot better than what you can on camera. So just know it does show up, you guys. Oh, and I totally forgot, which most of you guys I think already saw. I did hit my promotion and got promoted to Bronze Elite, and I am so happy, you guys. Thank you, everybody. There are so many people, and if you're on here and you're one of them, I had demonstrators place an order with me, and you guys, that touched my heart just so much, because I know what it means for a demonstrator. Okay, yeah, I'm on Eastern time. And then I did put a little bit of Wink of Stella down here in that snow too. Just like that. But that is just, I am so grateful for that, you guys, because I know you could place orders with yourself. Oh, I almost forgot my snowflakes. You guys don't have to place orders with me. I know that takes away from you, but there's several of you on here that did that, and I really appreciate it. And in my post, I meant what I said, the gratitude I'm just so grateful for you guys, for your friendship, your support, just everything. And then I didn't have time to make up a graphic, but I did open registration for my latest retreat, and it is the North Pole delivery. That's the suite I'm going to be using, and it is so stinking cute. And I've already started shopping, you guys. I've already started shopping for the stuff for it. I am just, this is my favorite thing to do. I love doing retreats. They're so much fun. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and I don't think I popped this up. I think I just used adhesive. And yep, that's what it looks like. So we'll just put this, just layer it right in the middle, just like that. And then let's go ahead and put this piece on the inside. As soon as I get off here too, I need to go upstairs and place an order because some of the stuff that we're using for Card Club is on the last chance list. Well, one of the things that I'm using. So I want to make sure I get that order in because it also says they're on low inventory. So I don't want that to happen. I kind of got over close and I could see it, but I just ignored it right there on that score line. So now what we want to do, I'm going to grab the ribbon. And this ribbon, I believe, also is on the last chance list. There was another white one I wanted to use, and it was already gone. So this was what I had left to choose from. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to pull this a little bit so they're about the same length. But this one, you guys can see it's kind of fraying. It frays kind of easily, I think, if you pull on it. That's why I didn't want to open that. But then I'm going to flip this over. I need to find dimensionals. And let's see. So we want them to go on this side. I put them on the wrong side. And we're only going to put our dimensionals on one side. So that way the card will open. Because if we put it on both, it's not going to open. Okay. So I was going to put adhesive on the back of this to help catch that ribbon. But I decided against that. So we'll just put this down because the dimensionals kind of help hold it in place anyway. And we'll just tie our bow right there to the side. And I will take pictures and post on my blog later because like I said, I did not want to fray that ribbon anymore. So I didn't take pictures of the inside so you guys can see, but you can always come back to and watch the video. Boy, this time I left myself plenty of ribbon. But I like to have long tails on here, so let me pause for a drink, you guys. I'm the only one talking. I get out of breath. Okay, and then we're going to take the snowflake, and I'm just going to layer it. So in the dies, you get, let me grab them. You get so many of these. They're just, I thought I left. I can't find the ones I left. I left the ones I decided not to use, but I can't find them right now. But yeah, this one, that one, that one. This one is a snowflake. Just so many cute ones. And I have a funny story to tell you on the next one that we're going to be making. I think it's the third card, actually, that we're going to make. So I'm just going to layer these on here. And I'm just going to use a mini glue dot. And we'll just put this right off to the side. And then I'm just going to rotate them so that way they're like in between the Lost Lagoon. And then we'll take one more. I'm going to ball that one up and put it right. Well, I'm going to leave it right on my finger. Okay, come on. Put that there. And then we're just going to kind of put it right there in the middle. And to me, it doesn't really matter what way you turn that. It's still cute. And then we'll pop it up with a dimensional. Put that right there. Let me move these over out of the way. And then we'll pop this dimensional backing off, which has gotten much harder with no fingernails. Put it right there in the corner. And then we'll use some of these beautiful opal rounds. And I was, because I promoted, my upline does a thing for her leaders on her team. And it is this month in November. My husband wouldn't go with me, so I was going to take my dear friend Cindy that's on here with me, that's part of my team. But I don't have any vacation days. So Cindy, if you're listening, still on here, save an extra vacation day next year so me and you can go to Michigan. Because I really want to go in person next year. There was another thing that she does, my upline does, and I can't remember now, but I want to save 2 vacation days. I can't remember now what it's for. Okay, so here is the finished project. My gosh, you guys. I think it turned out super cute. I don't know if you guys can see the wink of Stella on this one a little bit better now. But I love how these cards turned out. And I was kind of impressed with myself for coming up with these ideas with non-traditional DSP that we have in our store. And we use Wink of Stella on each one of the projects. So this one is another super cute, like, fun fold. And I'm sure there's the easier way to put it together than the way that I'm going to show you how to put it together. But it's just what works for me. I've made this design several times. There's my measurements. So if you guys are interested in my retreat, like I said, it's the North Pole delivery. I think it's like $120. I can't remember the price, but I have 2 additional add-on classes that you can take. You can add them on or not. It's up to you. And then you can also add on the bundle. And I think it was 5 pillow gifts. I should have wrote all this down, but I was busy today and forgot, you guys. I'll remember next week and post it so I can share the actual facts with you guys. Okay, let's get some measurements. Let me kind of move everything out of the way so I can make sure when I'm pulling up the PDF, I'm telling you right. Boy, this looks like a lot. Hope I can remember what I was doing with each one of them. Okay. This is a new punch, by the way, that's going to be available November 4th, I believe, is when it goes live for customers. So so it won't be on the project list, you guys, because it's not available right now as of today. So it won't be on there, but it will be available. And it is like you get three different banners to punch out. I love it. Okay, so Cherry Cobbler is the base. And this is 4 1/4 by 9 1/2. And let me scroll down to the bottom. And then I scored it at 5 1/2, 6 1/2, 8, and 9. And then you have another piece of Cherry Cobbler, which is this piece. It is 3 by 5. And then it is scored at 1/2 inch and 1 1/2. And then let me see what we have next. The Everyday Happiness DSP. So that is going to be these two. And so this one is 4 by 5 1/4. This one is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then this one is the Traditions of Christmas DSP, and it is 1 1/4 by 4. And let me close out of that. And this was why I had the Traditions of DSP up here. And then the other ones, as you can see, was still from the Happiness, this one that I'd used earlier. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll burnish our score lines. I made this when I was a part of another demonstrator group that went, they shared alternatives for paper pumpkins, and this was one of mine, and it was so cute. I can't remember the name of the paper pumpkin set at the time that I used, but it had like a little bird on it, and oh my gosh, it was so cute. I loved it. So this piece you're going to actually put on the back panel, just like so. Okay. And then this one that we scored, we're going to put it on the front of that panel. Put a little bit more on there. And me and Cindy were just discussing before I went live, because she promoted to silver, which helped me promote to silver elite. And we are going to meet so I can celebrate that with her. So this section here, the larger section, is where the DSP is going to go. So let's go ahead and put that down there. She actually promoted, and that's what made me look at my records. And then I was like, oh my God, I could promote. I needed a lot of sales, and I'm telling you, you guys all came through for me, and I so appreciate it so much. So what we're going to do is put DSP. We're going to put adhesive, and I'm going to use some stronger. So I'm just going to use the Seal Plus on that panel, and then I'm going to fold this. I got to remember how I did this. I think I folded it like that. Nope. How did I fold it? I can never remember this fold, which one is the right way to do. No. And see, I was going to make sure that I knew this today before I went live, so it's that one. And we're going to just fold it up evenly like that is what I did. And then just make sure you're rubbing that so that adhesive grabs, and then it will stand up. And what I find is if you kind of do it in the opposite direction, that kind of helps it to get its balance or whatever. And then we're going to put adhesive on this strip and on the back side, down at the bottom, just like that. And then I kind of just eyeball it where I want this piece to be, and I'm mainly focusing on getting it centered right now. And then I just fold this part back and just kind of let it catch like that. And then it will stand up. And like I said, if you need to kind of give it a little both ways to help it. Okay, now let's move that out of the way. And I'm not sure why I have this piece on here, because I already have my circle punched. So I don't know. We'll put that to the side just in case I need it. But this, I used the Stylish Shape dies, and I used the second to the largest for that. And then I'm going to use my Cherry Cobbler ink. And then I just embossed 2 pieces of basic white. I don't have fingernails anymore, you guys. I can't pick stuff up. Hey, Debbie. I didn't see you jump on here. I'm so glad you joined us. But I use the So Swirly embossing folder. And then I'm just going to layer these kind of like that together and put them on the front when we get ready to do that. I'll go ahead and layer them now, just because I know it's fresh in my memory how I want them to be. And I'm just going to fold up because I ran a little bit off. And then we'll just kind of put those like that. And then I have another piece I can see right there. And then we'll just go ahead and put this right at the bottom. Just like that. Okay. And let's stand that back up. And then move this out of the way. And we're going to stamp Santa on this piece of basic white. And I'm going to grab my memento. I found when I was making these cards yesterday too, if I turned, I re-inked my memento, but I found if I turned it as I was stamping, I felt like I got a much nicer stamped image. Because sometimes me and Memento like to fight. He doesn't like to give me a good solid image, and I like to hold mine there just a little bit just to make sure that all that ink is soaking in. And then we're going to color his boots in basic black. I don't know where my light basic black is, so we're using the dark. But these come in a combo pack. And right now my light black is missing. It's MIA. Surely it will show up somewhere, I'm hoping. So then we're just going to color the hat. And I'm just going to leave what is supposed to be white. And then we will use the Wink of Stella again. I'm pretty sure I used the Wink of Stella on all 3 of my projects yesterday when I designed them. I was right at the last minute. Last week was a very bad week for me on getting things done. It was like no time for anything. This week is going to be so much better, and I thank God for that. Like I said, I've already, as I'm doing my videos for Card Club, I am doing the designing and the videos and the packets all at once. So don't be surprised if you get your Card Club in the mail this month a little bit early, especially if you're one of those that your payment comes out really close to the end of, or to the beginning of the month. That could very well happen this month. Don't quote me, but it could. And then I'm just going to put just a little bit of dark around these areas, basically just the hat right there where it comes out like that. Then I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella and put it right there on the hat. We're going to put it here on the hat. And then I'm also going to color Santa's hair with it. Give him a little bit of sparkle. And then we're going to do his beard, of course. You just want to be careful and let your ink dry really good before you start doing this, because you can smear it and make the memento run in with the Wink of Stella, and you don't want that. Now on the original one, I'm going to do the hands, his mittens. I can't believe, you guys, that we are already into November. This year has flown by. But what I was going to say was, on the original, I did use one of the pink shades. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but like the skin tones, I kind of like gave him a little bit of a blush look. I'm not going to do that on this one today, but you can if you want to. Let me grab my die cutting machine. And we'll just die cut him out. Put that there. And that there. I like last week, I forget who it was that commented and said that I needed to adjust something, but I didn't see it until after I'd already die cut. And yep, they were right. It was way off. And I had, oh, I thought my die cutting machine was going to the ground. Hold on a minute, guys. I usually move it over closer, and I guess I forgot to do that. I really hope I have time tonight, you guys, to clean my craft room. Because if I had to show you one corner of it, you would be not very happy with me. Okay, let's put some dimensionals on the back. Do I have a full pack? I do. So put a few dimensionals on the back of Santa. The next card I'm going to share with you guys, it originally started out, I was going to use the elf. But I'll show you when we get there. That did not happen. It totally went into a different direction when I started designing it. And I think it's probably my favorite one out of all of them, to be honest with you. But I was like, okay, this is not how I had planned this to go, but we will work with it. And then we're just going to put the circle there. And then I thought I had given myself some white for stamping, but I didn't. So hold that thought really quickly, you guys. And I don't know now. I can't remember. I cannot remember which size I used to stamp the sentiment on. But I do know what I did. One of the things I did was I punched out 2 of these banners here. Using cherry cobbler. I'm not sure why that big of a piece of cherry cobbler is in there, but I'm sure I didn't mean to give myself that much. I think it was this size is what I used. So let's, nope, that's a little bit too short. So let's see. Well, let's see if it will fit in this other one since I had it in the wrong one. Okay. Trying to decide if I want to, I'm going to pop it out and then stamp, I think. And then if I need to, I can get myself another piece if I have to. But I think this is going to be very popular. So on the 4th, if you're eyeing it, I would say get it sooner rather than later. We all know how that goes. And then we're supposed to get 2 more new kit releases in November. And fingers crossed that it is Christmas. And also, I wanted to tell you guys, I did sign up for a Paper Pumpkin subscription. So I'm going to do anybody that has, oh, way too low. Let's try it on the other side. Any of my customers that have Paper Pumpkin is going to get a little bit extra from me every month from Paper Pumpkin. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to do alternatives or what, but stay tuned. I'm trying to find regular scissors I don't want to use. There we go. These things fall down, and so I'm just going to take and cut off just on one of them. It doesn't really matter. I don't care what it looks like on the back. Which side? Okay, both of those were not the greatest. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me, you guys. Let's do a mini glue dot on that side because that one is definitely the better of the two. And then I just kind of laid it on there, eyeballing it. Just trying to make sure I got the top and the bottom pretty level. And then I tested it with this one to see. And it's going to be way too long, so I'm going to cut a little bit of it off. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a mini glue dot on the back. And then we're just going to line this one up. Hopefully I cut enough off. So I'm just going to try to leave the same amount on each end. And I'm just going to adjust that just a little bit. Then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. I want to put one right in the middle to help hold those two together so they don't try to go anywhere on me. And you guys, the little holly berries that I'm using for the embellishment are no longer available. Hey, Donna. Yes, thank you very much for watching the rerun. Those count just the same as the people joining live. Leave me a comment, subscribe, share, like, do all the things. Okay, so what I was going to say was these little holly berries, the little dots, I used these guys. Look how many I have. That's how many I loved those. And for some reason, they must have been on the last chance list because I went through all my products and got rid of anything that wasn't. And these remained, and I didn't check yesterday before I put them on there. And then after I put them on there and I was doing the supply list, that's when I realized my mistake. So I'm not going to change it. And I have plenty, depending on how many people place an order for the free make and take packet. If it's more than what I have, we'll have to send something else that coordinates with the colors. Okay, let me get that back in there and get these out of the way. But I have quite a few of them, so I think we will be good. I've seen some adhesive, and I want to try to get it. Hold on a minute. Let me grab my eraser. Because you guys, you know me, if I don't, I'm going to lay my next project right down there. And it's going to get stuck. Come on. Okay, I think that's good for right now, and then I'll get it later after I get done. Okay, guys, that is it for this card. What do you guys think? I think you can see the wink of Stella. You just have to, there you go. You can see it. Super cute. Cindy, so far I've made 18 alternatives with my October. This lady is a firestorm. Yeah, Barbie A for Paper Pumpkin. I used to subscribe and then I quit because I wasn't putting them together. I know I've told you guys this a billion times, but I thought to myself, if I involve my customers and give them something, then it's going to make me be responsible. And the Paper Pumpkins right now are so cute that I can't not sign up, right? So I think I'm going to do alternatives. That seems to be like the popular thing and what everybody likes. So I think that's what I'm going to do is try to come up with alternatives. So this is the card. This is my favorite one out of all three. You know, we're going to vote at the end, you guys, which one is everybody's favorite. But the reason I pulled in all these greens was because I was going to use that elf and I wanted green. But then when I started designing it, I was like, well, I need something to go in here. I didn't really want to put the elf on the front. So I thought, well, I'll put those trees on there. And then I was like, well, the elf, now this kind of like seems like a modern Christmas card to me. So I don't think the elf would really suit that. And so then I stamped the tree there and I thought, you know what? It's just going to be the tree and we'll think of something else to do later with the elf. So this piece of basic white right there, I embossed with the Birch 3D embossing folder. And if you place an order with me, that will already be done for you. Everything will be cut for you. All you'll have to do is put your packet together, you guys. I used the Weekend Adventures 12 by 12 designer series paper. And again, just look at this paper and how well it blended. So you have this old olive, that paper that actually has trees on it. I was like, and then this paper actually has acorns on it, you guys. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many pieces in here that we could use this time of year. So if you guys haven't gotten that, this one could be snow. I was going to use it yesterday. Let me pull this down so you guys can see it a little bit better. But I was going to use this one yesterday for snow, and I just didn't need it. So I didn't end up using it. But I think it's 4 different, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 different two-sided designs. And this right now would be perfect for fall. I mean, you could even use that in November still. Okay, and so then I'm also going to use Early Espresso and Old Olive linen thread. We're going to use just the Old Olive on that. And then I pulled in the Floral Delight 12 by 12 designer series paper. And that's where I got this piece of green. I think I put that actually back in. Yep, I did. That one goes in here. Can't believe I did that. So that one was about the only one. And then this one, I was going to use that one if needed. And then also I have an idea for a card for that one. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel for that one possibly. But these are unavailable, but I think they're coming back in November 14th, 17th, something like that. But don't quote me on that. The traditional sparkling sequins. And as you can see, I have plenty. Those are my favorite again. I'm going to use Old Olive and that little Christmas tree for stamping. Let's get everything out and I'll pull up the PDF and tell you measurements. And I just put these 2 trees in here because I wanted to show you the other options you have. I didn't use them on this card, but I had cut them out just to see how I liked them. And I decided they weren't really what I wanted for this card. So let me kind of get, and I went ahead and put my dimensionals on the back because that little inner piece comes out and I wanted them to stick together. So I went ahead and put dimensionals on the back of those just so they would not do that. And then I'm just trying to lay all this out so that way I can tell you our measurements when we get to them, okay? Let me pull up that PDF. And those of you that are just joining, okay, I don't know, did I switch cameras? I didn't mean to, sorry about that. Okay, now I lost my iPhone camera. Can you guys still see me? Because I am seeing something totally different. I don't know how that happened. I don't even know how I did that right now, you guys. Oh my word. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure what that is, so give me a minute while I try to figure this out and find out. My mouse is an apple, and if you scroll on the top of it, that's how you scroll up and down. I'm not sure if I delete that, if that will go away. Let's see if we can delete that and that will go away. But I don't know how I'm going to get my iPhone camera back. Let me make sure that I still have the camera selected. Yes, it is. Okay, guys, I might have to totally delete because I don't know how to get rid of that. Oh, my word. Bear with me, guys. Trying to see if I can delete. It's going to delete that, but that's not going to delete that there. Okay, let's see if I can switch to a different one and select my camera that I want, if that will help. I am so sorry, you guys. Okay, but now I need to get rid of this. Now let's see if I can make this bigger. See, that's the thing. That's not making that bigger. Oh my gosh, you guys, we might have to stop and start again because I don't know how to change that. I don't know why my iPhone is not, why it's showing this thing. And I can't delete that. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm still working on it. It has been so long. There we go. Whew. Okay, now I lost it again. Oh my gosh. Hold on, you guys. Okay, now it's back. Okay, let me make sure that you guys can see it. And I know there's a little bit of a delay. So on Facebook, there might be a little bit. I am so sorry, you guys. I hate when stuff like this happens. But I think on my end, I'm good. Now it's back to pink again. I think it's the software, honestly, you guys, because it's nothing I did. At first, I thought I hit the mouse wrong. Okay. Don't touch anything. Don't move the mouse. Let me see. I'm on YouTube, okay. And Facebook, okay. So now I think we can get back. I'll be very careful with my mouse. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I need to take a drink now. That was panic mode. Okay. We're back in business. Let me pull up the PDF. So this piece of black is basic black. It's 4 1/4 by 11. And then I have to read the notes. Fold the card base in half, but then you're going to trim away 3.5 inches and cut that down. What you cut away, then you want to cut down to 2 by 3 1/4. And that will end up being this piece here. That is 2 by 3 1/4. And then the white cardstock is, where's my white? Basic white is 1 3/4 by 4. So we're going to layer that on there like that. Then we have a piece for the top that is 1 3/4 by 4. And that is going to go right there. And then we have basic white. Hold on a minute, let me find it. It's actually basic black 3 by 8.5. The Weekend Adventure DSP is 1 by 3. And then, no, this one is Floral Delight. It's 2 3/4 by 4. This one is 1 by 3. Our piece of basic white. Evidently, I didn't put that on there. So let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss it. Basic black. Basic white, 1 3/4 by 4 is the embossed. Yes, I did not put this piece on there, so this piece is going to be 3 1/4 by 4. Sorry about that. I'll make sure that I go back and add it. That is what's going to go on the inside. So it is, let me grab the card again and I'll show you. So it's that piece there, and then we're going to put the DSP on the back, and then this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Whew. This last card's been a rough one, you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere, start layering all of our pieces together. Because this piece has been embossed, I want to use a little bit stronger adhesive just to make sure I get a good seal on that. And so I'm going to use my Seal Plus, and we'll just put it down. We'll take the base, and so this is what it's going to look like when you cut away that 3.5 layer piece that you're going to cut down. And I'm still using Seal, but I could use my regular. Just center this just like that, and then we're going to use just regular Seal for the 4 and 5 by 5 1/4 DSP. You know, I really can talk, you guys. It's just when I do videos that life likes to throw me curveballs. Did anybody watch the World Series last night? We ended up going to bed before it was over. Let me know who you guys voted for, because all I'm going to say is my husband's team did not win. I am not a big sports person at all. I really don't follow much. Okay, Bonnie's saying, okay, okay. Everybody says they can see me now. I was getting a little bit panicky there. So now I'm just going to peel off these. Yeah, my husband was rooting for the Blue Jays. I think that's who it was that was playing. So we're just going to kind of put this one all the way down towards the bottom, like that. And then we're going to sneak this guy in behind him. He only has to squeeze just a little bit. Patricia, if I don't forget at the end, I'll show you the card club stuff. So that way you won't have to go back. Now we're going to put it up just a little bit higher. And just kind of put it like that. Then we're going to put a little bit of adhesive, and I'm going to use the Seal Plus. And we're just going to eyeball it and put this right in the center, just like that. Open this flap. We're going to kind of move this guy out of the way, though. Let's stamp on the inside. And let me see, what did I stamp? We wish you a Merry Christmas. I have to clean that stamp because we'd already used it. And we're going to use Mossy Meadow to stamp that with. But first I'm going to put down the strip on the inside. So we'll put it about like that, and then use Old Olive. Old Olive is one of my favorite colors that we have. I really, really love soft seafoam, but it is such a subtle color. That's my favorite in the greens. We'll put this on the inside. Mint Macaron was my favorite, and they got rid of it. They brought it back, and then they got rid of it again. They broke my heart twice with that one. So we'll put this one right side up. Oh, how did I get that on there? Okay, just ignore that. We're going to pretend it's not even there, because I don't know. Unless I let it touch. But I don't think there's even a stamp near me that has cherry cobbler on it. They're all off to the side. Don't know how that even happened. If you guys saw how that happened, could you let me know? Because stuff like that really bugs me. Okay, let's go ahead and ink up the tree. Whoops. And we'll flip our DSP all the way around one time. And then just stamp the tree. Right like that. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And then I'm going to use Wink of Stella on it. So let's go ahead and adhere it down. I just want the ink to dry before I get it wet again with Wink of Stella, because that will make it possibly run. So let's go ahead and put that down. Then we will take adhesive, and for this one again, I'm going to use stronger, so I'm going to use Seal Plus. If you guys have any request for stamp sets that you want to see me use for next week's class, let me know. Okay, so adhere that. Let's grab Wink of Stella. And I just did an outline of the tree. I just followed the branches and just put just a little bit of glimmer on my stamped image, basically is what I did. And you can go off like I am, because that pen, the tip of the pen, is a little bit wider than the branches, and I'm not being very careful. And then we're going to add some of this twine, and you could do it before you adhere it. It would make it really easier. Yes, I like the way you think, Kathy. I was thinking the same thing. I wonder if I can cover that up with some embellishment. So let's see. I'm just going to cut a wide piece of this off. I was going to make sure I did this before I glued it down, but I did not. So here we are now, making it happen. So let's go ahead and make a bow, and it doesn't matter which side our bow ties on. Whichever is your preference is my preference. Okay, and then we're just going to pull this because we want a smaller bow. We don't need a very big bow. I'm just going to pull it and trim it. Isn't that cute? I love how this card turned out, you guys. And then we're going to grab some of our tradition. I have big ones left on this one, but no little ones. So I need to grab some smaller ones off of this sheet. I'm almost done, guys. I try to stay right at about an hour. And all we have to do, I think, is embellish. So I tried to make it look like I was decorating the tree with these. So I just kind of placed them randomly on the branches. And then I'm going to do another medium, I think. We'll do it right there. And you could even put some in here. Let's see if we can do a big one. We'll do a big one there. And a smaller one right there. Isn't that cute? And then we'll do another bigger one. See, I meant to do that so I could decorate the inside for you guys. Yep, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Let's put a bigger one on the outside. Another smaller one in between. And then one of the mediums. And if you guys do place an order with me, you will get all the embellishments, everything you need to make the 3 projects. I will send you everything you need. You'll just need your stamp sets, adhesive, things like that. I'll put all that back together later. So this is it, guys. What do you think? I love how this card turned out. I think this is my favorite card. I just love this card. Sometimes you make a card and you're like, I really like that card. And this is one of them. Okay, Kathy said, have you created with the Christmas greenery stamp set and dies? The DSP is pretty, but I would like to see the set in action. One of my favorites. No, Kathy, I have not, but I do agree with you. I want to see those in action too, because I have cheated on every card that I've made, and I have used cutouts from the DSP. So challenge accepted. I will try to come up with some projects for that for next week. Oh, let me flip back. I wanted to show Patricia on here the card club projects. Let me grab them really quick. Okay. So here is one of them, Patricia, and you can see I embossed the 3 ornaments. This is card 2. And I'll tell you guys, the reason I'm doing the petal pink, I'll just go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. The embellishment is going to be a pack of the low profile dots. These are on the last chance list, and they're already on low inventory. So as soon as I hit end with you guys, I'm going upstairs to place an order to make sure that everybody in my card club is going to get what they need. Oh, you are so welcome, Kathy. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to spend it with me. Very grateful. Okay, guys, let me know if you have any questions. And if not, we'll say goodnight and I'll see you guys next Sunday. If you want to register for my retreat, you can visit my blog. It's bobbystamps.com and all the information is there. If you're on my newsletter, you would have gotten an email about it already. If you're not on my newsletter, why? Get on my newsletter so that way you can join my stuff. Okay, my favorite is the first card. Okay, Kathy likes the first one. I like the first one too, Kathy. I'm not gonna lie. That one is a cutie too. There's the third one. What do you guys think? Which one is your favorite? Let's have a vote. 1, 2, or 3. Cindy said her favorite is 3. 3 is my favorite too. I'm not gonna lie. I really like 2. 2 is it's a tough decision, but I just love this one. This one, and I think it was because it came out unexpected. Like I meant to make the elf card, and it ended up just going somewhere totally different. But I like them all, and I hope that doesn't sound bad for me to say that since I'm the one that designed them. Boastful. I never want to be boastful, you guys. Okay. Anybody have any questions for me? I see the numbers dropping off. Everybody's leaving. Hey, Barb. Barb likes number 3 too. I do too. I really like number 3. Okay, guys, if nobody has any questions, I'm going to end it and we will see you next Sunday at 7 p.m. Watch for my YouTube channel tomorrow for a video and another one. Hopefully, I'll get another one up on Thursday, but if not, for sure, tomorrow. It may not be tomorrow, you guys, now that I think about that, but just watch for it this week. Make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel so that way you do get notifications when I do post a video. Okay, guys, I will see you next Sunday. Bye-bye. Well, let me get on the right place to end the video. This thing today is like, it has its own mind. I don't know what it's doing. It won't let me end the video. There's no place to hit end. Okay, evidently I'm going to stay with you guys forever. Oh, come on. Okay, let's see. Where is the end button, the finish button? There we go. Oh my God. Good night, guys.